This time in this video I'm going to talk about bullying because I think it's very interesting because every time I see a lot of bullies and a lot of bullying on Facebook, but every time I see this happening, I see some kind of behavior, and I think people don't know they are bullying. And on TV and on social media, every time when people talk about bullying, then they talk like bullies know they are bullying. But every time when I see it's happening on Facebook, then it looks like people don't know it. And that's why I think it's a very interesting thing to talk about. So let's get started. But first I want to give you my opinion what I think is bullying. Well, I think something is called bullying when you treat someone very respectless without being in a fight. Because when you're in a fight, I understand you treat someone very respectless, but when you're not in a fight and you treat someone very respectless, then that's bullying. I also think when you shut someone out of a group, that's also bullying. I think it's also bullying when you make someone feel bad about him or herself. I think that's a very important one. I think when you let someone feel very, very, very bad about him or herself, then that's a very important sign of bullying, I think. But every time I see someone is getting bullied on Facebook, I see some kind of behaviors, and I started to see this. I started to see people who are bullying do have some kind of group behavior, because we are group animals and we live in groups and we are social creatures, and because of this a group feels very safe. But every time when people in a group start to shut out someone in the group, then other people in the group start to follow this because that feels safe. Because everything that the group is doing feels us safe, and then you're safe because we're social creatures. But I actually think when people are doing this, and because it's a whole group, people aren't aware that they are feeling safe. But they aren't aware that they are making someone feeling very unsafe. And they aren't aware because the whole group is doing that. And I think that's a thing that I see a lot, I think. Because everyone is thinking how the group is thinking, but no one is thinking individual. I actually think people aren't aware that this is happening. But because sometimes I see people on Facebook say, if you're a racist, then please remove me. But I always think this is very stupid, because people aren't aware when they shut people out. They aren't aware that they are a racist or something like that. They aren't aware that they are bullying, because maybe this can make some people very angry because it happens a lot, but I'm just going to tell it. I see a lot of people have the kind of behavior to label different kinds of bullying. So they are labeling different types of bullying. So when someone is getting bullied because he or she has a black skin color, then they call it racism. When someone is bullied because he or she is gay, then they call it homophobe. Or when someone is bullied because of being a girl, then they call it sexism. But I think when you treat this well and you know how to handle it, then this can be very beautiful. But I think a lot of people don't know how to handle this kind of labels. I think for some people, labeling people in different groups, this can be also a trap. So they're focused on a group of people, but they're totally blind for the other group of people, and I see this happens a lot. So yeah, I'm going to give you an example what happened. So yeah, I knew a girl that supported Black Lives Matters, and that's good if you can handle it. But this same girl that supported Black Lives Matters started to bully me with another girl on my appearance. So she made me feel bad on my clothing style and my appearance and how I was dressed. And I actually thought that was very weird. So I asked her, so, but why do you support Black Lives Matters? And are you asking for respect for a group of people while you don't give respect to other people yourself? And she told me that this is very logic, because dressing like this is a choice, so then she has more right to bully me, she thinks, than someone with a skin color, because that's not a choice. But yeah, but I actually thought it was very weird, and a lot of people thought this was logic. So a lot of people thought this kind of thinking is normal, and I was very surprised of it. But I actually think this is exactly what's going wrong, because do you really have more right to make someone feel bad about him or herself because it's a choice? If someone chooses to look different, do you really have more right, and do you really have a reason to make someone feel bad about her or herself than when it's not a choice? So when someone is having a broken leg, then you don't have the right to bully this one because it's not a choice. But when someone is having a pink pants, then you have right to bully this one and make this one feeling bad about himself because this boy is wearing a pink pants and it's a choice, so now you have a right to bully him. Is that really logic? I actually think you have to see everyone as a soul, and I actually think no one has the right to hurt a soul of what kind of reason it is. We all are souls and there's no reason to hurt it. Even when I choose to wear pants on my head, then you don't have more right to hurt me or to make me feel bad about myself, because that's a very stupid thing to think, that you have more right to make me feel bad because I'm doing something weird. It's always the one that's bullying that's doing it. I think it's very important to not label people but see everyone as a soul and treat everyone very respectfully. I think that's the best thing to do, and that's how I see it. But how do you actually know when you're bullying someone? Well, I actually think it's very simple. When you're making someone feeling bad about him or herself, then you're bullying someone. I think that it's that simple. Well, that was my new video. I hope it's very interesting and I hope you like it. Yeah, so bye!